Thank you, Amazon. You remember yesterday, where am I? I have no head. Remember yesterday, I received the shovel that I'd ordered a little over 3 months ago, long before the COVID-19 stuff started hitting. And I told you that I had given up on it and ordered one from Amazon. Well, I'm pretty sure that that's what's in here. So we're going to do a little unboxing here. I wanted to make sure it didn't get wet. Oh, this one comes with a nice pouch too. And this one of my complaints on the other one is there's no belt loops. This has a belt loop and everything is in one pouch instead of two pouches. And I get instructions. Wow, let's see what's all here. Well, let me close the knife first because that's very sharp. I had just stropped it 150 times, so I know it's very, very sharp. Ooh. Okay. Well, it's got a crosscut saw blade on this end, and that's very sharp. I'm not exactly sure what the idea there is. Nice point, braced well. It's got two different wrench sizes there, and this is adjustable also to either be out like this or at a 90-degree or at, maybe that is 45 degrees. But this one, it also says that's a hammer. It'd be kind of awkward trying to hit anything with it, but okay, that's a hammer. Let's see what kind of goodies we have here. Oh, the other one came with a hole. This one comes with a hole and a cord. Small piece of paracord. All right, let's see, what do we got here? Another knife with a saw blade. Again, I'm not sure if you're only going to take a 4-inch stroke, you're not going to be cutting anything very big with it. Knife is sharp, but not as sharp as the one from yesterday. Oh, there is a something in there. I don't know if it's a piece of cardboard or I guess I'll leave it in there because it's obviously there to keep the knife there. Now someplace there has to be a place for this to screw onto. We'll find that here. Alright, let's see, does this come apart? Evidently not. Oh, and there's a compass. Let's see. I don't believe that's accurate, however. Let me get away from the metal here. Okay. Once it's not setting on the tailgate, it works fine. Another glass breaker. As I said yesterday, there's only been one time in my life that I ever tried to break a window, and ended up not actually breaking the window, but breaking the clasp. Same screwdriver situation as yesterday, only the other one had a rubber piece here before it went into the and just like the other one, you got to get it just the right position for it to even fit in there. And I'm not getting it to go in far enough. It actually appears that there's a metal piece at the end that's keeping this from going in any further. And without it going in any further, you're really not getting the screwdriver to be very tight. Now it still keeps it from turning, at least on the spade end. Yeah, and it does on the Phillips end too. Okay. But here we have a ferrous rod. Oh, and another whistle. Oh, now that's a whistle. Well, let's try the ferrous rod, see what happens here. We got to get the coating scraped off of it first. Oh, got a spark. Yep. Okay, well, this saw blade on the back of that's not quite handy enough. Let me try. I got a little flat edge here. Yeah, that works better. Okay. So let's see what the instructions say comes with it. See if I found all the goodies. Interesting, the pouch. Let me move the stuff off of the pouch for the moment. Come back here. A little bit of wind. The pouch has places for the extensions, of course, but look, it has more pouches. There's 2 more spots there. Interesting. Huh. We'll try something. From the first one and the second one. Oh, looky there. You know what that means? I could carry the 2 extension pieces for that first shovel in this new pouch, and then I could have a very long shovel. Well, not a very long shovel, but I mean more like a standard size shovel instead of something that's about 30 inches long. That's cool. Put the other one back together. Okay. Instructions. Let's see. Parts list. It says we have all right, here, shovel head, tube with the compass, and a multifunctional knife. All right, we got that. Hammer, tube hammer, screwdriver with a magnesium rod. Okay, now what do they call in a hammer here? I suppose. I mean, it's heavy. You might be able to use that as a hammer. Screwdriver, magnesium rod. You got the tube with the whistle and magnesium rod. Correct method of installing. Please follow figures to install. You start with this. Then you take the one with the knife. Oh. Somehow. Oh, I see. I think. You're going far enough with this. Does it screw in? No. Oh. But it does screw onto there. So you got a handy dandy pig sticker. And you make it a longer pig sticker. Okay. Does this? Aha. I think. Therefore I am confused. Oh, look at that. You don't even have to disconnect that knife. You can screw it right into there. And again, this is really good heavy gauge material. All right. Then okay, the whistle and ferrous rod, magnesium rod it says, but it looks like just a ferrous rod to me. Anyway, they screw into this end, which is evidently a different edge than this. Okay. All right. Now, see, I have a choice. I can either have the compass, or I can have the window breaker and the ferrous rod. Now, I was looking to see if possibly you could screw the ferrous rod and whistle into here, but you cannot. So, it's an either-or situation, these two caps. Oh, and I forgot to put the screwdriver down in there. All right, there you have it. I do say that I think this is probably a little heavier duty than the other one. And it's not counter-threaded. I never figured out why the other one was counter-threaded for this. It's still only about 30 inches long. What is it called, these edges? Let's see. Oh. You can also purchase another extension to use it as a walking stick, an alpine walking stick. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, it's still calling this flat edge here as a hammer. But you've got these edges on here. So it might be all right for driving a nail, but it wouldn't be for other things you might want to use a hammer for, like breaking a rock or something like that. Oh, ha! I didn't notice on the back side of this is a ruler. However, it's in centimeters and millimeters, which, as every good American knows, you don't want something that's divisible by 10. What kind of foolishness is that? You want something that's divided by 12 and then by 3. And then what is a mile? 528. Yeah, you certainly don't want anything that makes sense, like, oh, that is screwed up like that and goes in increments of 10. All right, so it says we have a chopper, a saw, a hammer, oh, and a frying pan. Yeah, I suppose I could cook on that. Probably not after I dug the latrine. All right. Now, I would gladly tell you what the price difference was, but frankly, I don't remember what the price was on the first one. Let's just see, compare size. The new one is just, oh, take this off. It's just slightly larger. And I think all of the length is in the shovel itself. All right, there. The bottoms are equal distance now. So yeah, it's an inch or two taller. The handles are exactly the same length. And they're milled exactly the same until you get up to the turnbuckle up here. And this one is plastic. And this one is not. This is heavy gauge knurled aluminum. If you want my guess, I think this one costs more than this one. Now I would tell you how much that one costs, but I'm not going to. There are many, many choices on Amazon. This happens to be the one I chose. There are some that got a lot more bells, and I was going to say bells and whistles, but this has a whistle. So, and I didn't actually see any that had bells, but there was some of them that had more stuff in it. But you know, after a while, the stuff they're putting in there is just kind of silly. You know, I could stick a pencil in here, and then I'd have, instead of a 15 or whatever this is, I'd have a 16. You know, I could put a lot of cotton in there, and then I could have fire starter material included. So after a while, they just keep adding stuff, and it gets a little silly. And in truth, I hope I really never ever have to use this for anything. But I've got it in case. If I ever need a shovel, I've got two of them. So, one for me and one for Ella. Alright, now I am going to have to take the knife blade out so that I can put this back into the pouch. So, I'll put the knife blade into this one and put this end piece on that one, slide it into one side of this, slide that one into the other one, pull this back down, oops. Which end? This is, no. This new one is slightly wider shovel head also. Yeah, calling this a frying pan is one of those things that, I mean, they get a little silly with some of the stuff, you know. And also, I was trying to remember the last time I needed a bottle opener. Both of these have bottle openers on them. Did they still have bottles that you have to take the top off with an opener? Now, I kind of hate to admit this, but when I was in the service, I did learn how to open those kind of bottles with my teeth. I also learned how to set them on the edge of a table and pop them. Okay, well that's handy. All right, now let's disassemble this one. I don't know what I did with there's the knife on that one. Okay, I have to take that out. And where's the screwdriver? The screwdriver's in there. So I'll put the knife in this one. Put that one in there. That one in there. Snap that shut. Open the Velcro on the shovel protector. Oh, I did go digging yesterday with the first shovel, and it works okay. This one with the wider shovel, the new one with the wider shovel, may be easier because this one is just too narrow for my big wide triple E wide foot to get any leverage on it that way. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. These two don't fasten together in any way. You just have to carry them each separately in your backpack, I suppose. Whereas this one, and that's heavy. Oh, there's a lot of weight difference. So if I was backpacking, I would take this one. But with the belt strap, this you wouldn't be carrying on your back. You'd carry this on your belt. So there you have it. That's our unboxing of the new shovel and comparison of the two.